everybody. Welcome to episode 120. Unfortunately, the kids are sick. Cheyenne really didn't feel good, and Michelle didn't feel up to this either. So, since I usually do it with them, it's kind of no fun without them. So basically, we're just going to let you know that please stick around. Cheyenne has an interview with Joe Watson. She was able to ask him a few questions. Joe Watson and Bill Meltzer were nice enough to come to our fan club meeting. Joe and Bill wrote a book called Thundermouth. I got it. They were nice enough. We got them autographed and stuff, which was really cool. You can still order them online, Amazon, and stuff. I'm sure it's easy to find. I'm only a chapter in, so I can't tell you how good it is so far. But the stories Bill and Joe were telling at the fan club meeting were awesome. So should be a really good book. I'm really looking forward to it. First chapter was good. So by next week, I'm sure I'll be done. But please enjoy the Joe Watson interview Cheyenne did a few days ago. I hope everybody enjoys the alumni weekend. Mark Recchi's going in. Recchi was one of my favorite players, so I'm really happy Recchi's going in the Flyers Hall of Fame. But that's going to be it because, like I said, girls weren't feeling well. So thank you for watching. Stick around a couple more minutes. There's the Joe Watson interview, and we'll see you next week.
Hello, my name is Cheyenne, and I'm here with
Joe Watson.
And I'm going to ask him a couple questions today.
Yeah.
So you were in A for a long time. Here, you played with one of the greatest captains in NHL history, Bobby Clarke. The Flyers didn't have a captain right now. What do you think? Can you be a leader with? What do you think you need to be a leader in a hockey team?
Well, that's a great question. A leader, a guy that knows the way, goes away, and shows the way. And that's what Clarke is. That's what Clarke. Bobby Clarke was one of the greatest captains in all of sports. I say that because he was a diabetic, and he took insulin every day, and the things he had to go through, and what he went through, and the way he played, the high intensity. I talked to a guy named Harry Sinden, was our coach, my coach in Boston when I played in Boston, and the minors too in Oklahoma City and Minneapolis. And so he's asking about Clarkie one day, and we're talking, and how's he doing? I said, well, you know what? When you look at Clarkie, he couldn't skate, he couldn't shoot. All he could do is play hockey. And Harry said, boy, you're right. I mean, he was a gung-ho kid for 175, 80 pounds at the most. He wasn't a great skater. He didn't have a shot, but he got, I don't know if he must have got 1,000 points in his career, close to it probably. But he was just a very intense athlete. And I'll never forget in 1973, we get beat by Montreal in the playoffs. And he comes in the dressing room, he tells the coaches and the trainers to get out of the dressing room. And Clarkie says, listen, boys, we came close to beating Montreal, even though they beat us in 5 games. Every game was tough. And we have something special here. Why don't we go home this summer, take good care of ourselves, and prepare for next year? And he was right. We came back here next year with a vengeance. And it was just his little speech of what he said and the way he handled himself and how he presented it to us. And so we came back that year in great shape and gung-ho, and we got off to a great start, and we just kept on going. But Clarke was one of the great leaders in all of sports.
Fabulous, thank you.
Yeah.
I do my Flyers YouTube show with my sisters and my dad. It's hard enough to win the cup, but it must be extra special to do it with your brother.
Well, yeah, we were. You know what? That's another good one. We were the 4th brother combination ever to win the Stanley Cup. You imagine the 4th brother combination, a town of 900 people. That's where we grew up. Now there's 5,000 people there. But there were the Richards, there were the Cooks, and somebody else, another family that won the cup as brothers. But we were the 4th brother combination ever to win it. Now you have the Sutters. There's a bunch of brothers that won now. But at that time, we're from a little hamlet in northern British Columbia called Smithers, which there's more wild game than there are people up there at the time. And so it's extra special to play with my brother. It really was nice. Holy shoot, I was excited about that. Yep.
So you went through a couple jersey numbers. What made you change your jersey number?
Well, when I got drafted, I was the 3rd player drafted by the Flyers, and that's why I got number 3, even though I didn't want number 3, and they gave it to me for the first year. And I think I had the 2nd year, and then there's a guy named Pat Hannigan who had number 14, because I played in Boston with number 14 and junior 14 and so on. So I wanted number 14, but I got it after he was traded. And I had nothing against 3. I just wanted a very superstitious, and I wanted to be the 14th guy out of the dressing room. I was a 14th guy. I remember Oris Kinnerchick was right behind me. He was number 15. But it's funny how you have these idiosyncrasies and how you think and so on and so forth. But I thought it was important that I had 14, and I got 14 when he was traded or retired. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for
Oh,
your time.
fine. Thanks for a great.